There we go, we're back. Don't know what happened there. My machine crashed, and yeah, obviously took the stream with it. I had to start a new one. But yeah, anyway, we were basically just getting a very, very basic zero mesh. Got a UV on it. We're just going to test this, see how it works in Katana. But yeah, there's not much else really to do or say on that. We'll just see what we can do. Okay, so ISO clothing. I do also want to prune out the geometry. Okay. Why? Oh, this one is pruning out everything except clothing. So we've got coat, which we're going to prune out here. Cool. In fact, that's the opposite of what we want. No, it's not. Never mind. Should be everything. Should be able to render that now. And what I'm hoping to see is no black regions in the collar. That's what I'm hoping to see. If we see black regions in the collar, then we just need to put up with it basically, and increase the render settings. It looks like we might have it here. If that is the case, then we will just commit to procedural UVs and continue to use the decimation master geometries. You need to let it render though. Get somewhat clean. While I'm at it, let's check our render settings. Volume depth, yeah, that needs to go up. That needs to go to at least 4, I think. God, this is slow. Let's try this one. This is a lot lower samples, but we'll still see any visual bugs. Hide the other clothing as well. Shirt, tie. That'll speed things up a fair bit. Clothing's so hard to render in this. Or so heavy to render, I should say. We can actually get rid of the transparency on the shirt, which will speed up our scene quite a lot. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's go to clothing mats. Got the shirt material at the top. We can get rid of that. Go to geometry. Opacity set up correctly. I mean, we're now rendering without the shirt anyway, but it's Becca. I love how much it's transparency that kills the render times. Like, just rendering this volume is pretty performant. But adding transparency in something with SSS is just a sampling nightmare. Okay, this looks to be working. I think that's just a shadow that's not sampling issues. Yeah, okay, so this geometry has fixed the problem we were having. Good, okay, so it's not been a waste of time. In that case, we can start doing some basic shading. Yeah, that looks like it's working. Cool, alright. Just trying to think. Does our shirt have topology? Oh, it has topology. Does it have oh god, what's the word I'm looking for again? UVs. I don't think it does. The one that's in the scene is the decimated one. I need to... I need to reopen the old scene. Okay. So we do have a low poly for the shirt. The thickness is being generated with let's assume it's being generated with the dynamic. Yep, it is. Okay. So we need to make sure this has UVs, which it should do. But if it doesn't, it's a very quick thing to a UV because it actually has topology, amazingly. Okay, so let's get that exported back into my... In fact, we should actually have... we'll check it, but we should actually have it ready to go anyway. Let's go to modeling, Maya, exports, shirt geo, yeah, set there. I'll export over it. We'll get some UVs on there. File, import. Yeah, it didn't have UVs, alright, cool. So we can throw some UVs on this. So let's just go mapping. Yeah, planar map. Okay. Let's compare the speed between UV enclothing without topo and UV enclothing with it. Topo's not perfect. Like, this was still pretty rushed. But you'll see the difference. This is the middle one. Come on, there we go. One, two, three, four. 2, 3, 4, okay. Cut. Cut. And cut. There you go. UVs. So now we can just select all this. UV shell. Unfold. Then we'll just lay out vertical, I guess. Then we'll have to lay one of them out horizontally. Oh, why is that upside down? Why do you have to go and do that? Okay, that's the collar. So let's I'd make the argument that's not actually vertical. That's vertical. Okay, there we go. I'll just shrink that into the first UDOM. So we're going to be doing procedural shading on these. Okay, there we go. That's good enough for what we need. So let's export that. Also, if you ever used Marvelous Designer and not understood where clothing patterns come from, there you go. If you UV along what would be a clothing seam and then unfold it, you'll end up with approximate clothing patterns. Again, very approximate because the process of unfolding an already sculpted mesh is not the same as simulating a pattern. So let's call this shirt geo 1. Oh, because that one's in there. Do we have another? Oh, we do have another. Oh, there's the actual original mesh. Is that a different topo? Ah, kind of does actually. Yeah, that's the old shape. Yeah, because that like edge is a lot more relaxed now. Which technically we don't really want, right? I might blend shape these back together and then weight it. Yeah, let's blend shape these. So to you, I think. Is it you that has? Yeah, it's you that has a blend shape node, so it's the opposite of what we want. Deform, blend shape. And then you can change the oh, they don't have the same vertex order anymore. Why does this stuff happen? And if that's what's happened, that's what's happened, but like, why? Okay, well, leave that alone. File, export selected. Let's get into ZBrush. Maya, exports, show geo. Get that imported back in. Okay, so now we have UVs. Yep. I always love that. Okay. So that's got UVs now, which means we can reapply all of our stuff. And when we decimate that, it's still going to be able to be textured conventionally. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we need to re-import the coat. Which actually, realization we shouldn't have cleared the scene earlier, but so be it. Coat, old, effect. Rename. Okay. Append, sphere. Import. Let's go with a coat geo. Then what we're going to do is just go geometry, polygroup, sorry, auto group with UV. It's not got the UVs. Did I not re-export that? I guess not. I guess we should probably clean stuff up a little bit. Hey Mike, I had a question. Do you think look dev is worth pursuing by watching tutorials alone? Spent over a year trying to do look dev on my own while watching tutorials. obviously having a mentor will help quite a lot, but you could in theory learn look dev. You could learn it through videos by like Arvid Schneider and that sort of stuff. Trying to think what would be the best way in. It's not an easy field. There's a lot of debugging involved. But I think it is possible to get in. It's just not going to be as easy as departments like modeling, where it is just, hey, learn shape language. Modeling is still difficult, but in terms of like learning the skills, it's more like self-explanatory in a way. Like sculpting, like a good sculpt you can tell without training. Good look dev is kind of a bit more up in the air sometimes. Figure things out is not productive when you're trying to be. Yeah, mentorship is definitely a lot better. But I wouldn't say you need it to get into the industry. Ultimately, I was never really mentored in look dev, and I'm working as a senior look dev artist these days. Our look dev teaching at university was honestly atrocious. It's one of the weakest aspects of the course I was on. But yeah. What's this? Oh, that's the front, isn't it? It's a collar. There we go. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to auto UV that. Auto seams, sure, why not? It's place seams but not cut them. I mean, this is again good enough. Hey Oscar, how you doing? Bit late where you are, right? Oh, it's like midnight right now. Maybe 1 AM. Okay. Let's get this exported back out. Export selection. Get that over the coat. Again, what we need out of the UVs is extremely basic, so. Okay. Import. Let's go for UV. There we go. So now we can do this magical stuff. Not that. Okay, so yeah, we can add some divisions. 2 divisions should do. Get just the outside of the sleeves, I guess. And the front and the back. Okay, and now mask out the inside edge. Try this, and if it doesn't work smoothly, we can create a morph target. It's a tool. I want to undo that. We want everything hidden minus the other coat. Okay. So project all. We don't need polypaint data. This is something that came out of your perpetual MD license. No, this is sculpted. I really don't like Marvelous Designer. I struggle with it quite a lot. It's something I do need to spend more time with to actually get good with, but at the moment I just don't like it, so I avoid it where I can. There we go. Cool, so that's that reprojected. Now we can get rid of the old coat. Then the old... We don't really need that, do we? Barely changes. Delete. So now we've got our coat geometry with UVs, which we'll use... well, we can just do this, but... Lower part is looking rather sculpted. Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is quite a messy sculpt. Just tuning in, don't mind me asking stupid questions. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Okay. So we got that. In fact, let's do a test with this guy as well. Polygroups. Let's group UV. Okay, there we go. I hope I can manage to wrap my mind around ZBrush someday. Yeah, and ZBrush takes a while. But that's fine. Don't worry if it takes a long time. It takes a long time for pretty much everyone. There are people out there who get it like immediately and they scare me. Okay. Stripper version. There we go. So we can save this guy. Maya ZBrush. Let's increment this. Okay, there we go. And then we can worry about getting all the other stuff in after. So we've got that sorted. Let's update our... is the shirt still there? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we can't... We're going to have to keep doing Decimation Master for this, I think. But at least now we'll have UVs. So, let's get that. Okay. Scene graph, close this. Utils, flush caches. Maya. Cache, Alembic, export selection to Alembic. Cool. There we go. So, let's go into our material. We're going to remove the prune for the coat. Remove selected paths. We'll do another test render here. I'll be ending the stream in about 20 minutes, but I know the stream looks really short. We actually streamed for an hour earlier, and then it crashed. So just have to kind of deal with that, I guess. Okay. So we've got our coat geometry up here. So we need to start moving this all towards the face now. Because one of the other problems that we've got is that the we are rendering just a close-up now. So if I go to the catalog, we're basically just going to be rendering this with different lighting setups and all that sort of stuff. So that means I need to get a bit more happening on the shoulders. I'm wondering if I should do a non-square aspect ratio. Say you're in Montreal. Yeah, we're still in Montreal. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we last I've changed job. I'm no longer at MPC. I started recently at Digital Domain. So I've gone from like a Disney primary studio to Marvel primary studio, which is exciting. New stuff to try. DD seems really nice. Like the team are fantastic to work with. Okay, so there's still that slight color shift that's happening. It's really annoying. But anyway, let's go in. We're going to prune this guy now. Okay. And then let's go into our clothing materials. We got the coat volume as well as the coat base color. So we need a normal. Oh, no, we need a bump 2D. Geometry is going to add a normal. Then we need a texture. Pretty sure I have that texture somewhere in the setup. Don't have any textures in here? Okay, I'll just copy paste one from skin. That'll do. Clothing mats. Okay. Bump map. Place that with file. We'll set this back to a constant. Then we've got asset library in here somewhere. Personal projects. I think it was in asset library. Texture SOZ, cloth, micro. So I think I made TX files like older. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we need that to tile, which I think is a UV transform. No, UV. Oh, UV underscore transform. Okay. Color. Just pass through, I believe. This one's got a UV modifier. Transform. So I think there's a way to tile it in here. Maybe it does tile. Let's try. T-scale. So we set it to like 0.1. 1.1. And periodic means it keeps repeating. Okay. Pump height. Let's set this to be 0.511, which is going to tilt it like all the way to the side, and try rendering. Okay, it didn't change, which is a good sign. That just means that this is too low, so let's try that. Okay, there we go. So let's go 20, 20. I think I should use one of my own maps. Okay, 20 is still quite thick. This is quite weak as well. Although, okay, yeah, we need to scale the inside. Yeah, still a bit thick. And then we'll fix the UVs on the inside of this. So let's go 30 perhaps. 50% tighter. See how that does. Oh, and this isn't on texture UVs, is it? Wait, where's the orientation of this going from actually? I feel like this shouldn't be working right now. Okay, let's go 25, 25. That feels healthier. So now I can get some kind of noise range. Set that to bump height. So it's currently set to 1, right? Yeah, it is. Set that in there. Range. That put min, 0.5. And that will just add some variation to the height. How small is this noise? Okay, so let's go into that noise. Going to add some octaves. Add a bit of distortion as well. And let's increase the size, I guess. Scale, so we're going to set that to, I think it's 0.1. Make it 10 times smaller. Well, the spaces are larger. There you go. That's too much though. Let's go 0.5. That'll do. think that second one could get deleted as well. Not enough variation. Let's set that to 0 again. There we go, that feels better. It flattens out some areas. Just feels a little bit more natural than not having that. So now I just need to add. Okay, I think that's working well enough for me. We do need to raise it a little bit. Maybe we should use a remap. Oh, we can actually bias here. Okay. Let's set it to like 0.25, but then bias down. So it's like maybe a 3.5 bias. That means it still has variation, but it's not as in your face as it was before. Okay. So I need to reduce the overall effect. Which we can do. Okay, let's set that to 0.5. And that to offset it. And that does make it overall weaker, because we want it to be more like a hint that something's different. We don't want it to be like the main event. There you go, that feels better. Now to really nail a cloth look, I would need stray fibers. Okay, let's say that will do. So now I need an additional bump. Bump 2D. Normal is this guy. Then connect that up. Then we can just create a new noise. Let's go with just regular noise. Bump map. Okay. Let's keep that as is and see how it looks. It's obviously a bit strong, but easy enough to fix. Size is too much, so let's go 0.75, 0.75, 0.75. Clamping, or is that just the normals not knowing what to do? Okay. Let's pull in the strength now. Let's go 0.1. I might increase the range in this guy as well. Let's go 7.5. Let's call this 2. Cloth comes alive so much when you add that little bit of a fractal displacement. That's good enough. So let's get that clamp back on into opacity and render this together again. Coat volume, delete. Okay, catalog. Something about that looks pretty decent actually. I may want to go stronger again on all that other stuff. Okay. What's going to be the best way to go from here? Because again, the problem we got now is the fact that we're rendering so tight that we don't have much room for everything to start kicking up. So we might need to go to like 1080p so that we get a little bit of extra horizontal area to play with. Okay, it's just doing that. Okay. Yeah, let's try rendering close up with this. And I need to move the transition points around. I might change the way that I approach the y-axis ramp. Backdrop. Should probably plug this into displacement really. And let auto bump take care of the rest. But yeah, that's oh wait, no, that's a bump map. Okay. In a future stream, I'll convert this to displacement. Okay, so don't care about you. All the ramp stuff is happening here, right? That goes, oh, that's a global setup, so we don't want to play with that. Range coat opacity. Disp. Okay, so that's going. It starts at 0.45. So I think we can go a bit higher. I think we can start you at 0. Take this to like 0.1. And for this guy, start U at 0.1 and reach max by 0.2. And we can see how that looks. And then coat density. Oh, that's the output of that. Okay, so that's automatically updated for us. Let's see what this does on its own. Yeah, so a Y ramp is a little bit tough. How do you get that point cloud look at the bottom of the cloth? Long story short, I'm rendering it as a volume and displacing that volume. It's just polygons. Not V-Ray. Arnold is very capable of rendering polygons as volume, and displacing them is really easy. Okay, yeah, I think so. Arnold is rendering the clothing as a volume. To get the gradient, basically, oh, is it disconnected again? Oh, there we go. So to get the gradient, so like it starts as a mesh and becomes a volume and then becomes like a cloudy volume. I've basically just got the world position, so you can get the coordinates in Arnold using what's called a state node. I don't know why I went over to ZBrush to show you that. So a state node is basically just a node with superpowers in Arnold. Most renderers have their own version. So in this case, it's looking for a variable called P, which is position. I'm taking the out Y, so Y position, top to bottom. I'm setting a range on that, so I'm saying, hey, 0 equals 0, and minus 55 equals 1, because the bottom of the coat is at minus 55 in space. So I'm taking this range and turning it 0 to 1, which basically gives me a mask or gradient along the length of the coat. And then I can remap that and do whatever I want with it. It's quite a useful system, but I'm going to have to replace it. Granted, I can possibly replace it with screen space projection, because I think state, one of the other things it can do is state float. I think it can output your screen space. Yeah, screen X and screen Y. So if I was to get both of these, screen Y, and then I can combine those together, so RGBA, merge. Let's float to RGBA, sorry. Drag that into there, drag you into there. I now have screen UVs. So I can use that as like out UVs for a circle ramp or something, so ramp float. Oh no, I need RGB. Okay, I can get that, put that in as, oh god, what will it be? Circular. I'm trying to remember how I changed the UVs of this. There's a way to do it. Because I've done it before. What? What is it? Use implicit UVs. I'll have to figure it out off stream. But yeah, you can get screen coordinates and do some cool stuff with that. Or I could just do camera projection. Which might be the way to do, because I can do that from render cam. And then define exactly where I want things to displace and become visible and all that shit. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna kill that. Something I want to do as well is start playing about with lighting, although I'll probably do that off stream. Or maybe on the next stream, because I think that's me done for the night. We've achieved what I wanted to, which is to start getting a general cloth look. Granted, this is still extremely basic, we don't have any displacement or anything on there. And we need to get some fuzz on there to really sell it. But the big challenge is going to be getting the projection, like the displacement, to look right. But we've fixed the big issue, which was the oh god, the depth issue it was having, without having to increase the actual oh god, I'm losing all my words today. Without having to increase the render settings, there we go, to avoid it. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it. May stream tomorrow, but if not, I'll be streaming on Monday, because I'm pretty sure Tuesday and Wednesday I've got plans now. So yeah, I'll possibly see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you on Monday. But in the meantime, enjoy your weekends. Feel free to like comment with any questions you have or anything, and I can definitely cover it in the next stream. Cool. Enjoy your night, guys. Bye bye.